all looking
How's
beautiful
everybody?
on this fine day.
Oh, it's an absolutely beautiful day. You know, summer had started to disappear, but sure enough, it's back now. It's like 30 degrees out there. So it's a pretty hot day. Hey, Arnie. All right. So it
Oh,
is. Here it is, a Tuesday, October 3rd. October 3rd. Wow. It is. The year has been flying by.
Incredible.
Yeah, was that a drum roll?
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, folks, welcome. I'm sure you saw the email that went out and the messages that went out, indicating that I do have some news which I'm going to share with you today. But I'm not going to share that jaw-dropping bomb news today. That's going to be pushed back till Thursday, because we're still working out a few of the pieces to make it go live. So we're gonna do that on Thursday. Today is another great day, anyways. I'm going to show you. We've added at least one new payment method. And by the way, I just got the message, like literally 1 minute after the webinar started, saying, "Okay, one of them is up right now." So I'm going to log into the dashboard in a few moments and show you one of the new payment methods that are there, because it's super awesome. And oh, and look at that, boy, oh boy. And a lot of people got renewed today, so a lot of you saw your incomes go up again. Cha-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. I see smiles on some faces there. Marina is actually blushing red because she's made so much money. Her smile is as red as my shirt.
No, I was waiting for 6 hours. I thought it's only happening our time midnight,
It
and I
was
was
going to
busy.
happen at midnight, but looks like we just lost Greg. Are you going into? I think you guys go into load sharing like almost right now, don't you?
Well, it's different for different provinces.
Oh,
We
because
don't
I
have
remember.
till
Yeah, because I
10
remember the last couple of times that we brought Greg on at this time, we ended up losing him. He'll probably come back in, but yeah, he had load sharing going on. So, folks, we got lots and lots of stuff going on. But listen, I always leave with the ladies because that's what we're supposed to do. But today we're going to do something different. So, Arnie, tell us what's going on, man. I know that you've been really busy. You and I talk to you more than my daughter right now.
maybe I'm your son. I'm older than you, so
Yeah.
yeah. What's going on? I don't know where to start. Everything is going on. Actually, I work 24/7 because I choose to.
Yeah.
No, nobody has to, but I
Well,
choose to.
I know your team is growing too, which is phenomenal. And without getting into all the details, you got a nice little boost on your team today, which was awesome. So, your income is growing, and let me ask you a question: are you upset that your income is growing?
I'm so sad because no, you see, look,
See,
I hold myself back here, right? But I'm a rocker. I'm so. Can I say no?
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
This is so great. I
You
just
see,
love it.
you see, folks, that is somebody who's having a ton of fun, and he doesn't use any extra things to help him to have fun. He's a purist, a naturalist, and he just knows to have fun. And when I was talking to him earlier today, because he's also a musician, as you might have heard him say last time, when he's doing the webinars, which is going to be at some point pretty soon, when he's doing the webinars, he says he's actually going to play a song for everybody. So I'm looking forward to that.
Today?
Not today, because we weren't prepared for it. So let's go back to Nina, because Arnie's just smiling so much. Like he's got this smile. He's got so big of a smile he can't even speak. Nina, what's going on with you?
That's why I have these wrinkles, right? I smiled all my
Exactly. What's happening, Nina? Oh, you're muted.
Yes. Hi, you guys. Good afternoon from New York. I did decide to take my trip because my aunt is very sick. But yeah, working aggressively here, put some marketing pieces together, which we will talk about this coming Saturday. And yeah, super excited and ready to run.
By the
Waiting
way,
for the good news.
speaking about New York, so you know, you were delayed, you got there now because of the massive flooding over there. Is everybody okay?
Everyone's okay. Yeah, the water dried up and everything's back to normal here in New York again.
Awesome. That's great. So
Thank
Miss
you.
Nina, you look lovely in orange and white. What say you?
That's Marina.
Oh yeah, Miss Marina.
Marina and Nina, I mean, this
Yeah, right.
can be a bit confusing.
I'm gonna start calling Greg Sue.
I can answer the phone. Hello, Nina speaking.
You look lovely today, Nina. Marina, with what you're wearing, that's a beautiful, beautiful shirt.
I love this. You know, I love this kind of clothing. It's very
yeah, it looks great on you.
It's a wraparound top, but yeah, it's been great. Hey, I'm just like smiling. I'm looking at my back office here, and I'm thinking I'm waiting for midnight, and the next minute I say, hold on, this is growing again. You know, people are upgrading already. So I see it's just coming in stages. Obviously,
yeah, and it just keeps going, doesn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
Which is really awesome. And you know, I've connected with some great people that are really, really excited to be in this business. They see the potential, and you know, just wanting to like absorb as much information as they can to get cracking with this, you know, and trying to find best ways to do that. So yeah, it's up and onwards, Dan.
And by the way,
let people know, sorry, Abba Bella is asking, can we see him? This is a webinar where you can only see the people on the panel. We can see your comments, but we can't see your face. So you can put your questions and comments in the chat or in the Q&A. Thank you.
Exactly. And by the way, folks, you know, we've been talking, we mentioned it last week that we're going to start doing webinars all over the world and that people are going to start doing them in different languages and stuff. We haven't started yet, and it's this guy's fault because we haven't finished putting together this big announcement that I'm about to share with everybody on Thursday. So it'll be a couple more days before we start doing that around the world. But my goodness, a few people that actually know what this announcement is. It's like they're calling me. They're like 4-year-olds at Christmas time. They're calling me every half hour. So is it done yet? Is it done yet? You know, you ever driven with your kids in the car and, you know, you're going a long way. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? So they're driving me nuts. But folks, listen, man, we've definitely got it going on here right now. People's incomes are continuing to rise on a regular basis. Today was the first day of renewals. So people that had activated on day one, they're renewing right now. So there's a lot of renewals happening, and it's beautiful because Marina, let me ask you a question. You don't have to say how much you've made or anything like that, but when you woke up today, did you enroll anybody new?
Not personally, no.
Right.
My income grew.
That's what I was going to say, right? You didn't do anything, but your income certainly grew, didn't it?
Yeah, I've definitely been helping. You know what's nice about this, because those of you that don't know, we started pre-building in August from about the 16th through to the 5th of September. And then the dashboard went live. We still haven't officially launched. The official launch is only on the 15th of October. But people started paying. And when the dashboard went live, everyone that had paid already didn't realize. We were told we're earning, but we couldn't see anything. So it was a lovely surprise when we went live. And
it was live on the, we did a live webinar for that live reveal too.
And I thought I was looking at the wrong screen and I couldn't believe it. So yes, that income is just growing. And it's just going to get better. You know, I can finally say now we've passed the first month, which is every 28 days. Our first month is now over. Now we're going into the second month. Those who are committed are going to continue growing because they see this is working. And just got to find the right people to run this business with you, you know.
And you've been a part of a couple of our launches, Marina. So you remember when we launched Co-op Business, you know, we had, I don't think you were here when we launched Co-op Crowd, but
No.
when we launched Co-op Business, it was a much faster transition than when we launched Co-op Crowd or when we launched Co-op 50/50. But it still took several months before everything smoothed out in Co-op Business, before everything was working exactly the way we wanted
I
it.
actually wasn't here for the launch. I got in a few months
Oh,
later.
you weren't? Oh, okay,
I was
okay. All right.
procrastinating.
All right. So then there you go. So I'll tell you. So when we launched, when I launched my first system, it took almost 4 years before everything got perfected because, you know, we didn't know everything that we need to put in. So it took almost 4 years for everything to get perfected. When we enhanced that and we changed the name and we shifted some of the modules around and stuff, it still took a good year and a half, almost 2 years before it was done. Then I ended up getting sick for 6.5 years. And then when I came back in late 2018, it took about 9 months before everything was perfect in Co-op 50/50. Actually, no, it took about a year before everything was perfect in Co-op 50/50. And the point that I'm getting at right now is that we launched Co-op 20, and outside of, you know, 1 or 2, maybe 3 minor things, it was a pretty smooth launch, wouldn't you say, Marina?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the transition, but what made it even more exciting, and I think that's why we're doing so well, is those of us that were in Carb B, Carb Business, Carb 28 and 280, then you brought the baby along, Carb 20, and said, this is what I'm doing. Already we knew, and I could even prove that I have already earned, the system works, and now it's a sweeter spot to get in as the feeder platform into Carb 28 and Carb Mogul or Carb 280. And I think because of that, it was not one day, it's today.
Yeah,
we are getting paid today, you know, and I think that's just that sort of swung it for me, and it was just so much easier to present and to, you know, talk to people about it, because like, hey, check my earnings already. Now we're going to get this, and you'll have 3 income streams from one sell, basically one sign up, do the work once, and get paid on 3 different packages, which is really phenomenal. And I see also the smooth transition into Carb 28, where people are upgrading as soon as they're
Right. And that is really smooth.
Yeah.
And like you know, I talked to a lot of people and they didn't even realize that it happened. And I'm sure the same thing is happening to you. You know, by the way, did you log into your Co-op 28 account? And they say no. And then they log into their Co-op 28 account and they see a whole bunch of money over there that they didn't know that they had as well. So, you know, things are just happening.
I actually forgot about it because I was so busy with Carb 20, and you still said, have you looked at your Carb 28 and Carb 280?
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't done that in a few days, no.
Yeah.
And there was money there. There was like an extra.
Lots too. Yeah, there was a lot there.
I was like so surprised.
Yeah. So anyways, folks, we got it going on, and it's really interesting what we've got going on. So I am now going to log into not my dashboard. I'm going to log into one of my dashboards of Co-op 20 and see if the new payment method is there. By the way, folks, they put it up 1 minute after the start of this webinar. So if I log in and things go wonky, that's why. So just give me a second here. See. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so I am going to bring up out here. So screen share. Go over here. Actually, 1 second. Un momento. It's sharing right now. Is it sharing?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay, cool. All right, good. So I did hit the right button, which was good. See, sometimes I hit the right button. All right, so let's go over to, let's go to the invoices. Co-op wallet, add funds. So I'm going to add, say, $200. Click on here and let's see what we've got. And it doesn't look like it's there yet. It is not.
Looks the same.
It does. It looks exactly the same. Let me go back to a different dashboard.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe try that one.
Yeah. Add funds. 200.
Yeah, refreshed also. Maybe refresh it too.
Yes, here it
Oh,
is.
there it is. Yeah.
This one is
MetaMask.
new. This one is new. And by the way, there's going to be some more as well.
That one is new.
So I'm going to go MetaMask. Wow, it's so now I've actually got to do something, which I don't think I can do at this very minute. Because it's going to ask me for a bunch of personal information, which I can't obviously share on here. All right, so I'm going to have to tell you about it. And then you guys can play with it a little later. So the MetaMask link that we've got here, which is super, super awesomely cool, is this gives us another 160 countries, right? So you'll see once you, it takes seconds to install MetaMask. So you click on this, right? So this is recognizing that my computer doesn't have MetaMask on it right now. You click on here, you go into MetaMask, and you install it. It's quick, it's easy, it just takes a couple of steps. And once you're inside that MetaMask, you're going to choose the country that you're from. And when you choose the country that you're from, it's going to give you a whole bunch of different options to pay. So you might go to the US, and in the US, you might have options like Simplex, Coinbase, PayPal, Google Pay, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You go to Nigeria, you might have Google Pay, and it's going to show you all of the different ways in which you can pay using MetaMask. So each country that you click on, it shows you all of the different ways that you can pay. Literally, between the 100+ countries that you can pay with, there will be thousands of different ways for you to be able to pay into co-op and get whoops, where did it go? And get everything set up to activate your co-op systems, including e-transfers. Like from Canada, I can do an e-transfer, and an e-transfer is very similar to, and you can use Zelle in the US, and you can use Cash App in the US. It's opened up so many doors. We've now partnered with them. So you don't have to go from there and then over there, and then you got to copy and paste and stuff like that. When you complete your invoice using MetaMask, it already recognizes who we are because we partnered with them. The invoice is coming from us to them, and they automatically activate you. So you don't have to do copy and paste. You don't have to do all of that stuff. Boom, it happens automatically. So that's one of the other payment features that we have now that we did not have just 10 minutes ago. So it's another one of the features. And you can go to the previous one as well. So, we've got, what's that?
Does this mean that we don't need an external crypto wallet?
Actually, this will also create an external crypto wallet for you so that you can have your funds and send them back and forth.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And a lot of the things that MetaMask does, we can actually do with our wallet. But because of the rules and regulations, there's a lot of regulations in doing some of the things that MetaMask, like our wallet will do almost everything that Coinbase's wallet will do. We just haven't activated some of those features yet because of regulations. But yeah, we've got it going on here. So that's something else that we've got going. There's no sense in continuing to share my screen because I can't show you what I wanted to show you because I need to set it up. But you guys can go ahead and give it a try right now. So let me send a message first.
Okay, I don't want to
Need MetaMask on co-op 20, please.
answer here instead.
What's that?
I don't want to type back. I answer here instead.
Okay. All right. So I've now told my programmers to get MetaMask on co-op 20. So that'll be on co-op 20 right now. Man, I tell you, I'm scratching right now because I want to tell you guys what's next. And I can't because it's not ready yet. And I'm like, yeah. So Marina, why don't you, is there anybody who's put any questions in there? Because we might as well use this time for Q&A. And is there anything else that I need to share with, that I need to share with people that I haven't shared yet?
Well, there are a lot of new guests or new members on this call. We're not doing a presentation today.
No, we're not going to do a presentation today. I don't think we had planned on it. Maybe I didn't get the memo. I don't know.
Tuesday is presentation.
Yeah. I know. So I'll do a presentation. I'll do a 5-second presentation. Register in co-op 20 for a one-time out-of-pocket $20 and invite 3 or more to register with you, and you're done.
So simple.
Very simple.
Very simple.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining. And by the way, folks,
okay, so there are some questions.
All right, let's take the questions. And 1 second, Marina, if you don't mind, just for a second. And by the way, folks, I may have laughed, but the truth of the matter is what I said in those 5 seconds is exactly what you need to do. And if you do what I said in those 5 seconds, whether you do it in an hour, a day, or 28 days, you do those 2 things within 28 days. You activate your predictable ongoing passive income. You are now in co-op 20. Your next month's subscription is paid. You're in profit, and you will start earning money every second of every day. And as your cooperative continues to grow, you will be upped to the co-op B, into the co-op 28 to receive a massive income. And when you're ready, you will be upped into the co-op 280 to earn an astronomical income. And let me give you an example of what we mean. All right. So what we've created within this co-op ecosystem is the next paradigm shift in how people earn an income. It is a major paradigm shift. It's not a little shift. It's not a little something new. It is major, and it's going to affect every single one of you. And you'll hear more about that on Thursday, but it is big. Here's the thing. When you get started in co-op 20, which is a great place to start, it's a one-time out-of-pocket $20. We pay out 100%. When you invite 3, yours is not only free, but you're in profit. And as you're and in that co-op 20, which is a remarkable system, it is the world's first 3x6. It's the world's first 3x6 re-entry, recycler, follow me system in the history of the known universe. And every single time you recycle, you receive money on that closed matrix and begin to receive money on that open matrix. And if that cooperative, it's a cooperative, but we call it a cooperative, but it's a matrix, right? So if you cycle just once every month in that co-op 20 cooperative, at the end of the year, you will have 13 matrices, and you will be receiving full royalty on all 13 matrices simultaneously every 28 days. And if it goes for 2 years, which you know it will, then you'll be receiving on 26 matrices simultaneously. And each one of those matrices with just 3 friends, one time, can create those multiple matrices. You can receive over $9,000 on each one of those matrices with just 3 friends. But that's not even the, that's like grade school. Because when you go to the co-op 28, right? So in that 3x6 matrix, there are 1,092 positions. You're going to get a royalty from all those 1,092 positions. However many positions you have open. When you move up into the co-op 28, which is seamless, the system just takes $33 out of your wallet automatically. And by the way, folks, don't turn it off. Some people have turned it off and they've already lost out on thousands of dollars. Don't turn it off because it is another income for you. Not only is another income for you, you go from being able to receive on 1,092 income centers in that 3x6 to now being able to receive in that 1,092, but now it opens up your 3x10 cooperative, which now allows you to receive royalties on 88,572 people. And folks, it is the same 3 people or 10 people or 30 people that you invited in co-op 20 that are moving over into co-op business, co-op 28. So it's not like you have to have more people. You just simply make more money. And when you get into that co-op 280, you make 10 times more money. And it all begins with that original work that you did in co-op 20. So to try and really emphasize this point, because even when I'm sitting face to face with people and I explain it to them, they don't always get it. Because it doesn't make any sense. What business owner in their right mind says, do the work once and I'm going to pay you for decades, right? That's what we're saying. So think about this. I'm going to paint a picture for you, all right? Let's say you got a job, all right? And it's Monday. The boss of that job says, come to work Monday morning at 9 o'clock. You finish Friday at 5 o'clock, right? So you work 5 days during the course of that week. You get a little break here, you get a little break there. The end of the week, you come home tired, grumpy because you had to work that whole week, fight rush hour traffic, blah, 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 blah. The boss gives you $500. Now, that boss says to you, by the way, if you want that $500 again, you got to come back in Monday and you got to do the exact same thing over and over again. And over and over and over and over again. So if you want to get paid for 4 weeks, you got to do the exact same thing 4 weeks, right? You got to work those 40 hours in week 1, 40 hours in week 2, 40 hours in week 3, 40 hours in week 4, and so on and so forth. And for the rest of your life, because if you stop working, you stop getting paid. Now, let me paint a real picture for you. The picture that we enjoy here in co-op world. All right. So you have work to do. So don't get me wrong. Like, you're on this webinar right now. You have work to do. If you don't want to work, that's okay. But if you want to make millions of dollars, you got work to do. And that work is simple. And you only have to do it once. Right? The work that you need to do is you need to register for a one-time out-of-pocket $20. Now that sets you up with your co-op 20 membership. Now, the work that you need to do to earn an income is to invite 3 or more friends, family, or foe. Doesn't matter, just 3 people. Even if you don't like them, they can make you money. And you can make them money. And maybe you become friends. So 3 people, friends, family, or foe. And if it takes you a day, great. If it takes you a week, great. If it takes you 28 days, great as well. Just make sure you invite those 3 people within 28 days, because when you do, you've now received $24 in your wallet. That's enough to cover your next subscription. All right. So if you invite those 3 people today, you're going to earn money today. And if you don't work tomorrow, you're going to earn money tomorrow. And if you don't work the next day, you're going to earn money the next day. You see, you only have to do the 2 steps one time. Let me say it again. You only have to do the 2 steps one time. So when you register with your $20 for one time out of pocket and you invite 3 friends, family or foe, within 28 days, you're done. And as that process continues, because remember, we each have an obligation to invite 3 friends. So when I invite my 3 friends, Nina, Marina, and Arne, I tell them to do the same thing as me. And when they invite their 3 friends, they tell them to do the same thing as them. So that's going to continue. As it continues, listen to this, all right? Not only are you going to get paid again the next day and the next day, no, we do something even better. We pay you more than you earned the day before, the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So just in case I wasn't clear, you go out and get a job, a regular job. The person that does the hiring says, come in and work for a full week. We'll give you a full week's pay. If you want another week's pay, come in and work for another week, and we'll give you another week's full pay. Here in co-op world, we say, register for a one-time out of pocket, invite 3 or more one time, and you're going to get paid for a lifetime. And not only are you going to get paid for a lifetime, but you're going to get paid enough money to allow you to live debt-free, stress-free, and financially free for the rest of your life. And let me tell you something else. For most of you, almost all of you that are on with us right now, and almost everybody that ultimately registers in co-op, you will be making more money than you can spend. Listen to that. I'm going to say it again. You will be making more money than you can spend. Folks, that is what I call utopia. And that's what we're shooting for here in co-op world. So let's get busy with it. Marina, I know you got some questions. I can see the smoke coming from your ears.
I realized I cannot multitask. I was busy typing a response here, and then I had to unmute myself at the same time, and I almost lost myself in the process. I just wanted to say something just now. We'll get to the question in a second.
Okay.
I'm not that disciplined, you know, when it comes to something that I need to do on a regular basis, and it's like, I have to do this at that time and what have you. But I have realized that even if you do a little bit of it, it will still make a difference. Now, everyone knows Tony Robbins. And in South Africa, we've got a guy called Robin Banks, and he works very closely with Tony Robbins. And when you were talking about the earning millions, one of the affirmations that they say is, I am a money magnet. Money follows me wherever I go. I earn millions of dollars every month. I am a money magnet. Money follows me wherever I go. I earn millions of dollars everywhere, every month. So, you know, it just seemed like, oh, so far-fetched. I mean, really, you know, that's what I thought. But I said it. He actually started off with millions of rands, and then he changed it to millions of dollars.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So millions of rands.
By the way,
like,
you know, if you don't mind me saying, Marina, I love what you said there. And if you've written it down, put it into the chats. Folks, listen, you heard Marina, right? You see, what Marina just did is called an affirmation. And if you're unfamiliar with an affirmation, people that are successful, and let me tell you, not some people that are successful, all people that are successful, they do their affirmations because you have to confirm in your own mind the success that you want, right? That message that Marina just said that she's going to eventually put into the chat group there, I want you guys to all take it, put it on your fridge, put it on the mirror in front of you when you wake up in the morning where you go and brush your teeth and stuff like that. By the way, I have 2 affirmations on my mirror when I wake up in the morning. I look at them right there. They are, first they were up a little high, so it was, I could miss them if I wanted to. So I moved them down so I can't miss them when I'm brushing my teeth. They are eyeballing me every single time I go in the washroom to wash my hands or brush my teeth. And they are my affirmations to remind me that the things that I went through before, I will never, ever go through again. And this affirmation is for you to remind yourself every day, multiple times a day, that it is okay for you to become a multi-millionaire. Let me say it again. It is okay for you to become a multi-millionaire, because until you believe that it's okay for you to become a multi-millionaire, you're going to have that doubt. And when you have that doubt, the universe can't get in and it moves on to somebody else. So the more often you read that affirmation that Marina is going to put in there, the closer and closer you're going to get to realizing that you deserve to be a multimillionaire, and that you will realize that to get there, co-op is your #1 way to wealth. Marina, thank you for sharing that. Please continue. You're on mute, by the way. All right, Greg, do you mind reading Marina's lips so that you...
I have shared it, sorry. Multitasking, it's on my thing. I've just shared it on the Telegram group and on the chat here. So people
Thank you, by the way.
The other one that I say more often, and I have definitely seen it transpire in my life. I started with it about 4 years ago, and it's another affirmation. I am brilliant, I am bright. I'm a radiant being, as a person, being of light. I'm an outstanding peak performer. I am a dynamic life transformer. And when you believe that you can be those things, that is what I am becoming by introducing people to this business. You are becoming an outstanding peak performer, and you are a dynamic life transformer, because this is transforming your life. And we are all money magnets. And we are going to be earning millions of dollars every month. You've got to believe it. And I believe it, exactly. And it's not going to just happen. You need to grind. You have to apply yourself. You need to believe that it's available to you, and it will. And it's starting to manifest in my life. I'm not earning millions yet, but it's coming.
You know what? You are on a faster pace than the chart says. You know that, right?
I know.
Of course you know that. Marina's actually on a faster pace than the chart says for her to get to millions of dollars. She is on a faster pace. So she's got it going on. And by the way, Marina, we just said something so positive, and it's always Anonymous that says the crazy ass things, right? So Anonymous says, there is a danger in such massive expansion. Detail-oriented people are not going to do this. Well, fine. If you don't do it, you won't get it. It's that simple. But if you do it, you will get it. It's that simple. And as they say, some will, some won't. I don't like saying so what, because even when people say that they won't, and Marina, you already know this, I'll go and grab them by the hand 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times and try to drag them into the boat. Even when they tell me no. You've seen it 100 times already. And if you have to bring your friends in there, and this is something else that's so important, folks. Listen, there is nothing worth losing a friendship over. So if one of your friends doesn't quite get it, don't say, well, you're not my friend anymore. They just don't get it yet. Be a bigger friend and continue to help them to see the light. Be a bigger friend and continue to help them to see the light. Because, folks, we really do have it going on here. Marina, you touched a chord and you got me going again. And I like to thank you for touching that chord because it was an important message for everybody.
Yeah, no, I just know that it works. And God is the creator of the universe. I talk about serendipity. When I got onto a call with Sherlock the other day, he spoke about serendipity, and he knew that he had to be in this business. And he's going to do some wonderful things, working with colleges and universities and churches, because he said when he saw you and I on one of the webinars before, it just like he said, this is where I need to be. And so many people are feeling that, they can see your sincerity, your integrity, your yes is your yes, your no is your no. You're a little bit like crazy, which you have to be, I think, in a good way. And sometimes
I'm pretty firm in my answers, am I not?
Oh, definitely. Sometimes it takes David a little bit longer than we want, because we want to move things on. But he only tells us about something when it's ready. That's why I know he's biting his tongue now. He wants to say, but he also doesn't want to say something is going to be ready tomorrow, and then it's not, and then he looks like a liar, So no, it's
by the way, I see Sherlock's on here, and
yes.
Yeah, let me just tell a very quick story, Marina, and I'm going to pass it back to you. So Sherlock is on with us right now, and I guess he must have been hounding Marina to say, listen, I got to talk to David. I got to talk to David. I got to talk to David. So Marina was very kind. She put Sherlock and I on a webinar, on a three-way call the other day. And 5 minutes after we were on this call, Sherlock and I fell in love with each other because we got the same minds. We want the same things. And he is a person that is of a kindred spirit. He's not in this because he simply wants to make more money. He's in this because he sees this as an opportunity to really make a difference in the lives of many, many people around the world. And he sees co-op as the answer. And yeah, we had a great conversation. I see you there, Sherlock. Yo, bro. So back to you, Marina.
Yeah, and just to let those people that say I don't have I can't find 3 people. The person that invited Sherlock into this business, he is the oldest member that we have. He's 84 years old, Roxroy, and he is on every webinar. He attends every meeting. He is doing his thing. He's navigating his way through the back office. I help him out every now and then.
I'm gonna have to create co-op Gray.
84.
Did you hear what I said?
Sorry?
I'm going to have to create co-op Gray.
Yeah. Definitely. So guys, it's if you are younger than 84 and you haven't found your 3 people, Rox has already got over 10 people in his direct,
By the way, that one person, and I'm not going to mention the names, but that one person who quit, who's 91, he's messaged me 10 times to get back.
That is a shame. Well,
Crazy.
I think he needs to come back. We love him.
I know. I know.
But you know what, guys? This is really the best business I've ever seen. I'm getting excited, because it's just, I see it happening. I see a brighter future. I see a brighter future for me. I see a brighter future for you. And all we have to do is keep at it. And you will get people that promise you the world. They say, I'm going to get my free. Don't worry. And then they do nothing. You've got to have that desire that your life needs to change. And if it's going to be, it's up to me. And if you find 3 and 1 does something and the 2 don't, then get another 2. It doesn't have to all be done today. The demonstration that David gives us in the presentation, and Nina and Greg, the day 1, you get 3 and you earn $24. Day 2, you get 9 and you earn 33. That can be week 1, week 2, week 3. It could even be month 1.
Could be month 1, month 2, month. Exactly.
Right. And as long as the 3 by 3 by 3, keep going. But you can get 3, you can get 30, you can get 50, you can get 2,000 people on your direct, line. The minute you have 4 people, David, you said you potentially double your income if you invite 4 people.
You won't double your income with 4, but you're definitely gonna receive more money. And if you invite 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, listen, I don't even want to do them. I shed a little light on what happens when you do a script, when you invite an influencer, or you do a small sampling with a government. I did a sampling of the type of money, and it's insane. Like, I mean, listen, when I did a small sampling for one of the governments were getting their agriculture was being paid because of co-op. The indigenous fund was being paid because of co-op. Most of the I can't remember what they're called right now. Anyways, portfolios, most of the portfolios, because the governments have a bunch of different portfolios. They got agriculture and human resources and all this. They got the portfolios were being paid by the members of co-op. And not only were the portfolios being paid by the members of co-op, instead of having hundreds of thousands of people that were a burden because they were withdrawing money from the government, they all of a sudden became a positive, because not only were they making money for the government, but they are also paying taxes. So you're going to find pretty soon that the governments are going to love co-op as much as you do. You know, on that note, Nina has been so patient so far, sitting there with this smile on her face, waiting to want to say something. Now's your chance, Nina. Tell people what's happening on Saturday. Oh, you're on mute now too.
Sorry, Rox is 86. Correction, 86 years old.
86, all right.
Well done.
And by the way, just before you get started, Nina, I have spoken to Rox as well. Another fine and learned gentleman.
Okay, well, I'm going to just read off the list that we put together, but we have to finalize because we want the whole leadership to be on it. So we'll talk about that. But this is what we want to do for our Q&A going onward.
Now, just so that you know, Marina's already mentioned that Saturdays, she's got obligations, right, because now her lifestyle is different. Pattern on the back. Now her lifestyle is different. So now it's not Saturdays sitting at home worrying about bills. Now it's Saturdays with the family doing the things that she should be doing. Go ahead,
yeah,
Nina.
So basically we have to decide, and we definitely want Marina to be part of the leadership. And we thank you, Marina. And I love Marina. So we have to adjust our schedules, but basically our Q&A will consist of sign up a new member, how to buy tokens, how to activate your tokens, your key, what is all that about, structure of 3x6, the importance of 3x3, bringing your 3 and helping them get their 3. Then we want to do scripts, how to invite people to the platform, and I'm already working on that. I've already put that together, you guys. So we'll have that shown, and then the power of paying forward. That flyer's already done for the team also. And then we want to have time frame for every speaker. So that way, beside David, so we're going to have limited time schedule. So whoever is doing that role, so we're going to have leaders taking their role and basically talking about the topic that we're supposed to cover for everyone. And so yeah, a lot of things that we're going to be introducing, but we want to make sure that we could all be on part of the Zoom with Marina included. So we might change the date because we want to honor our #1 leader, and we want to definitely do that. Another thing that I want to add, David, a lot of people, if you could please answer that question today. A lot of people on this Zoom have been asking what's the difference between Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme. So could you please, in your own words, address that today, because we couldn't address that Saturday. So make sure you address that today.
Right,
that's
right.
one of the questions.
As a matter of fact, let me do that right now.
And then maybe also explain what a cooperative is, what we are compared to that.
Sure. Okay. So there's 3 questions there. Number 1, what is a Ponzi scheme? So a Ponzi scheme is not anything what we're doing. And most people who compare this to a Ponzi scheme, they don't know what a Ponzi scheme is, because if they knew what a Ponzi scheme is, they wouldn't say that this is a Ponzi. So here's what a Ponzi scheme is. And many of you have been involved in them because they're happening every single day. So a Ponzi scheme is that somebody says, give me $1,000. You give them $1,000 and they tell you they're going to give you 1% a day. But they don't take that $1,000 and invest it into something. They just hold on to the $1,000 and then they give you the 1%, which is $10, which I don't know why anybody would give somebody $1,000 of their hard-earned money to someone who doesn't have a license to trade. They don't know who they are. They've never seen them. And all they got was an email with a bunch of fancy words on it. Give me $1,000 so you can get $10 of your own money back every day. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyways, a Ponzi is where you give somebody money and they promise to make investments with that money and give you a high rate of return, but they don't make any investments and they just give you back a little bit of interest every now and then to keep you happy. And then when too many people ask for their money back, it collapses because there was no investment to begin with. And they run off with your money and you're left brokenhearted. So that's a Ponzi scheme. Did I say it clearly? Okay, only one person is saying yes. So two people are saying yes. All right, so let me say it again and I'll try and be more succinct. A Ponzi scheme is where you give somebody money and because they've made a promise to pay you an exaggerated interest rate at a particular interval, once a day, once a week, once a month. But they don't do any investment. They just hold on to your money and pay you interest so that you'll bring more people in. That's a Ponzi scheme. It is illegal and people go to jail for it. We're not that because we don't invest your money and you have access to 100% of your money every day. So that's not us. So that's what a Ponzi scheme is. A pyramid, on the other hand, is something that's completely different. And if you think about it, most governments 20 years ago, 25 years ago, allowed advertisers to advertise the sale of cigarettes. And they allowed those advertisers that were selling cigarettes to show pictures of people riding horses with beautiful women sitting on their laps and cowboy hats and looking cool with a cigarette in their mouth. And they allowed that because they were making a ton of money. Then all of a sudden, people started to die and get sick. So it was costing them more money to have than the taxes that were coming in. It was costing them more money for the healthcare than the taxes that were coming in. So then they changed their mind and they said cigarette smoking isn't good. So a pyramid scheme, as defined by the government, is this. A pyramid scheme means that the person at the top will always get more money than the people under them. That is a pyramid scheme. You know, like a government, for example, you know, the prime minister or president gets more money than the citizens. Or GM, for example, you know, the CEO of GM, they get $50 million annually, and the person who actually does the work gets, you know, $25 an hour. Those are pyramids. We are not. Marina, who is 20 levels below me, is making more money than me in co-op 20 because she's working harder. So we're not a pyramid. And so that's what a pyramid is, you know, and hopefully that explains it. We're not a pyramid. And for the most part, a pyramid is just a made up word for the governments because by the governments, because they had no way of getting taxes from all of these network marketing companies. So they tried to persuade you not to participate in these pyramid schemes. And now, if you look back over the past 10 years, you will see that all of these pyramid schemes have been bought up by billionaires over the course of the last 10 years. And now they own all of these pyramid schemes. And lo and behold, you don't hear too much talk about pyramid schemes anymore. So it's propaganda. It's designed to prevent you from waking up your dreams. And it's a fallacy. There's no such word that actually defines what a pyramid is.
Yeah, and Patricia, once again, for those that never heard her last time, she said, I worked in federal law enforcement for years, and my job covered pyramid and Ponzi schemes. This is not either. So now, David, can you please tell us what co-op is?
Great. So now, in its simple form, a cooperative means you have a group of people that are working together for a common goal. Now, there are farming cooperatives, there are banking cooperatives, there are income cooperatives, there are housing cooperatives, there are farming cooperatives. There are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of different cooperatives. But the true definition of a cooperative is a group of people working together, pooling their resources for the common good. In our particular case, in our cooperative, we each do a little, which is register for a one-time out-of-pocket $20 or more, and invite 3 or more friends. That is our job in this cooperative. If we fulfill that job in this cooperative, we are participating in the cooperative as active participants, and we get rewarded for it. If you join the cooperative and you do nothing, then obviously the cooperative is not going to reward you very favorably. But a cooperative is when you have a group of people that are working together for a common goal, for the good of everybody. And that's what we do here. And I can tell you for a fact that no other company on the planet does a cooperative better than we do. And when I say we, I'm including you and you and you and you and you and you and you, because without you guys, we don't have a cooperative. So it is us pulling together for our common goal, but our individual pursuits. Our common goal is to make more money than we have right now. Our individual pursuits are many, but our common goal is to make more money than we have right now, and nobody does it better than we do here at Co-op. You're muted again.
Excellent, you
That
guys.
was a great,
Wow.
great explanation.
Amazing. And it really makes sense the way you just laid it out step by step. And I give David some hearts and love and all that, you guys, because that's how simple it is. Thank you, David. Very
You're
nice.
welcome. You're welcome.
And what I'll do, once the with the recording, I'll actually trim that section out, and that everyone can share it to their prospects and put this question to bed once and for all.
And by the way, there's one other thing that we need to add to that. And it came up, it still comes up today, but mostly it came up in my crowdfunding systems. So crowdfunding, as everybody knows, or maybe everybody doesn't know, I created crowdfunding in 2001. I created the world's first crowdfunding system. And crowdfunding is based on the legitimate, let me say it again, crowdfunding is based on the legitimate laws as they pertain to the exchange of gifts in every country in the world. Every country has laws as they pertain to gifts. So here in Canada, I can give somebody, anybody, a gift of up to $1 million. It's called a gift. I can give that person a gift. And because it's a gift, there is no tax consequence on the receiver, and there are no consequences to the giver. In the United States of America, different states have different laws, but overall, it's about $40,000, which you can legally gift to another person without any tax consequence to that other person. Now, let me take it a step further. If I send somebody to who's in the United States of America $60,000, I am not committing an illegal act. The person who received the $60 needs to pay taxes on the $20,000. So you hear people saying that we're doing illegal, that the crowdfunding that I set up is illegal gifting. It is not. It is 100% legal and legitimate and on the books in every country in the world as us being able to actually perform that task. So if anyone says any of those things, do your research. I've been doing this for 22 years. Everybody can find me within minutes if they truly wanted to. The only people that find me are the people that want to shake my hand, give me a hug, and pat me on the back. So what we're doing here is just phenomenal. And don't let anybody spoil your dreams. And 99.9% of the time, when somebody says, oh, that's a pyramid scheme. Oh, that's a Ponzi scheme. Oh, I heard that's gifting. Oh, I heard that's a fraud. Here's what I'd like you to do with those people. The next time that somebody says it's a Ponzi scheme, ask them for an explanation of what a Ponzi scheme is. They won't be able to answer you, right? It's most people just say those things to try and find a way to tell you no. And when they say those things, unfortunately, it spoils some people's dreams. Don't let anybody spoil your dreams. You see, it's your dream. You are the one that's going to make it happen. And because of Marina and what Marina said today and about those affirmations and telling yourself that you deserve everything that you're going to get, after today, it's going to be even easier for you. So back to you, Miss Nina.
What's her name? Marianne just posted, it's an IRS gift tax code 250.
Exactly.
So you know, the proof is right there, you guys. And you know what? I think what we'll definitely do is put a Q&A. What is an answer for a pyramid? What's an answer? You know, so that way when you're talking to your prospects, you could educate them by giving them proper, and that's exactly what I'm going to create, a sheet that's going to be available in the back office. So everyone has proof, you guys. I get chills when I think about how this opportunity fell into my lap. I really do. I am so excited, but you know, I'm so analytic. I like to have, you know, systems. I like to have the flyers. I got to have the answers. Before I take off like a rocket. Okay. So that's exactly what I've been doing. Even though I'm here in New York, I've been working on marketing stuff and all the things that David has been talking, you know, and because, you know, it's not just David's dream. It's not my dream. It's all our dreams together.
Yeah. Because
if someone has something to offer, we're all working on this goal together because we're going to win together. Because whatever I'm building for my dream and my family, whatever you're building. But if we could help each other with resources, and, you know, I love when people give us resources on these Q&A and the questions, because it's not only just helping it's not just helping individuals, but it's helping all of us as a team, as a family. And we're working together like cooperative. So yeah, exactly. Thank you, David. So that's back to you.
Yeah, my pleasure. All right, Nina, back to you. I mean, Marina. I'm gonna start calling you M&N.
Hi, this is Nina. Well,
I'll say this is Marina from now on, so we'll confuse. Sorry,
at least he's got the pronunciation correct, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, actually, you know what? We haven't heard from Greg yet. And just before Greg, I bring you on. I was looking at the Q&A. There was about 12 or something like that. Most of them are gone now because you guys have been answering them. But I didn't realize there's like 80 chats. Greg, what say you, sir?
Yeah, I say, like I said right at the beginning, I'm getting super, super excited, especially because of what's been happening over the last couple of days, where I have not been building my business myself, and I see the growth in my back office and my wallet. It's just growing and growing and growing, and this smile is getting broader and broader and broader. So I've got to go fix this sometime, you know, because like, yeah, it's gonna.
By the way, you can't fix it. It's called a perma smile now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much, and very excited also because well, besides all the great news and all the updates that have come over the last couple of days. I mean, so Thursday, Saturday, great new updates. That was fantastic to hear. And with more coming, this business just gets better and better and makes it so much more, well, I wouldn't say easier. It makes it simpler for us to be able to go out there and put my name on it. With so much pride and so much enthusiasm, that I decided, you know what, there's no time for driving with the handbrake up anymore. So as of tomorrow, I'll be
Actually,
hosting
no,
three
I'm
web-
going to interrupt you for a second because
Yeah.
I'm actually going to give you an exit from that. I'm giving you a saving grace. So, folks, Greg has actually been putting together a number of tutorials and stuff like that. So a lot of Greg's time over the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks or so, has been putting together tutorials and slides and all kinds of stuff. So we finally got him to get back to work and building his income, and that's what he's doing right now. And it's kind of nice watching those dollars keep going up, isn't it?
Man, it's good. It's a good feeling, especially when it's dollars and you're a South African. I'm telling you, you just keep. So look at that broad smile of Marina's there also, because we just multiply by 20. At the moment.
So for each US dollar, you get 20 South African dollars, right?
20 rand, yeah. So
20,
rand.
20 rand. Like I get excited because here in Canada, there was a time when our dollar was actually more valuable than the US dollar, which didn't make me too happy. But now, every time I get $1 US, I get approximately $1.36. So I'm getting like a 30% raise using the US dollar as well. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, that conversion is just has us smiling and really happy. And especially with the economy that we have and with everything that is going so pear-shaped, we've been very fortunate. The last couple of days, no load shedding has been recorded, but it's kicking off again tonight.
Wow.
But those are all realities that we have to deal with. But there's a couple of points I wanted to touch on that I heard Nina and Marina and yourself say, and also Arne, is that light at the end of the tunnel is getting brighter and brighter, and it's not a train coming our way. It's actually
it's you going out of the dark into the light.
And the more I look at this, every time I come to a meeting, I get even more inspired. There's those golden little nuggets that keep on getting dropped, and if you're not sitting taking notes, I hope you've got an idyllic memory like Sheldon Cooper, because you're gonna forget those little nuggets and those little golden things that are being said, and just take the notes, because this is an investment into your business. In a whole bunch of previous opportunities, and like I always tell my story and say it's like 6 other opportunities. On day 1, when we went live in Co-op 20, I'd out-earned all 6 of those combined, and that is not for a lack of trying from my side. And we get indoctrinated into the speak and how to deal with objections, and we always want to ABC, always be closing. With this, it's not a case of me having to go and convince people that this is a great opportunity, because it just is. And those who get it, they are ready to run with it. Those who do not get it, we'll catch them in the next round, because they want to see the evidence. And that is what is so amazing about this. But back to my excitement is from tomorrow, I'll be hosting 3 webinars at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and 3 p.m., targeting my old industry, which is all the call center agents. And we're calling it the Pay It Forward Fast Track.
Oh, that's hold on. Let me see if I get this clear.
Yeah.
So you're finally actually holding a webinar with all your call center agents?
Correct. Yes. The invitations have gone. Gone out, and I'm just pulling as many.
I thought it was going to take you a few months to get to $1 million. I think you just moved the timetable up, brother.
It has to happen faster. It has to happen faster, because
and Greg is on a mission to overtake me. So
that's why.
By the way, It's not a competition, but it is a competition.
But it is, yeah.
I'll say,
like
catch me if you can.
catch
Yeah,
me if you
yeah,
can, but really excited about that. It's 30-minute sessions. It is no nonsense.
That's fantastic.
Because the call center industry is huge in South Africa and just in general. I mean, there's one area in the Durban area, which is on the northeast coast.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah?
So are you ready to find out how to overtake Marina?
Oh yeah, I'm
right.
I'm launching it tomorrow. And
So listen, hold on. I'm going to give you. Usually, I give $1 million tip for free. This time, I'm giving you a $25 million tip for free.
Where's my pen?
All right. So get.
And it's being recorded also. Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Recording this.
You don't even need your pen, because if you forget this, you deserve to stay poor.
Okay. Good.
All right. So listen, set up. Send one person to each one of the doors of those call centers, and have them stand outside the door with a business card. If you want more money than you have right now, go to this website.
Good.
And hand it to every person that comes walking out the door.
Good. I'll definitely do that. Definitely do that, because there's so many of them. And
Marina, I'll give you another tip later in private. Okay.
Thank you. The race is on.
The race is on. Exactly.
Exactly. And it is an open invitation also. I'm not only targeting new people, but if anybody wants to come and join, just to sit in a half-an-hour presentation and understand how it works, and how that pay it forward system can really fast track your income. You can have. I really did my calculations and used the pessimistic calculation, and you could fill a matrix in 6 days. You literally can. That day 1, day 2, day 3. It's not nonsense. It's not pie in the sky.
And by the way,
it can be done.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on, because now you just made me think of something else, right? Because some people think that, when you as you know, we all have the exact same task to do, right? We each invite 3 or more, right? So if you can do it in a day, so can your friends.
Yep.
And we've already showed people how they can complete their 3x6 in 6 days, right?
Yes.
And for some strange reason, people believe that they can do it in 6 days, which they can.
Yep.
But then you say, you got the 3x10, and then because there's 88,572 people think that it can't be done in 10 days.
Yeah.
But it can be done in 10 days, because on level 9 you got 20,000 people. Those 20,000 people are on day 1. So if they each get 3 people on their day 1, now you're receiving a royalty from another 60,000 people in 1 day. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just keep multiplying that out to your 3x10.
Yeah. And that is, I want to prove to people that the skills that they already have, that everybody is born with, the excuse of, you're either making plans or you're making excuses. That's
right.
That's where I'm coming from with the whole
True
strategy. And there's no more time for excuses. You have to take the words that you always that you say that sticks with me every single time is participate in your own recovery. And some of us are in desperate need of that recovery.
Most of us, actually, not some of us, most of us.
Okay, I was trying to downplay the desperateness of it, but
don't downplay it, because 95% of the people that are out there walking the face of this planet right now cannot buy a house.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Yeah,
we all deserve to have our own piece of the land. We all deserve to have our own piece of the pie.
Yeah, interestingly, I was actually just watched a YouTube clip of a mayor of a city who cannot afford to buy a house in her own town that she's running, because it's overpriced. Everything is just overpriced. It's just amazing.
Most people think that bank managers make a lot of money. Bank managers. There are bank managers that make less money than some of the people that are serving you a Coke at McDonald's.
Yeah,
because in Canada, anyways, with all of the regulations, all they are is robots. They don't have any autonomy to do anything. So they just get paid to sit behind a desk. And some of them make less money than the people at McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah. It's a crazy world that we live in, and just to mitigate that craziness a little bit is, what do they say? In an insane world, the sane are insane. So we need to get a little bit insane about this opportunity, because the one thing that people lack is that besides the money side of it, but also the vision. It's like we've been beaten down so hard and so long that we've forgotten what it is to dream. Yes, we have, like, yeah, we one day want to, and we're going to one day, and one day when I'm big, I'm 49 years old. I'm big already. It's like, when is it gonna happen then? So you gotta drop the handbrake and just go.
When are you turning 50?
September next year. Yeah.
So
So
you got
one. Yeah,
I was going to
one-
say you'll be a millionaire before you turn 50, but if it's September of next year, you'll be a millionaire long before that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. No, I have
Yeah.
to be, because I've given myself no choice in the matter. It's like there is no other option. Not because of stupidity or idiocy or anything like that. Once you understand and get what this opportunity really is, you cannot switch it off. Like, I'm battling to sleep, because it's, you know what? Once I've got this one and that one and that one, and this is where I'm at. I do need to go to Italy to go taste a real pizza made in Italy. I do want to go ski the Swiss Alps. I do want to do all of those things.
Yeah.
My son and I are going to drive the Autobahn, but
Well, hopefully you're going to get something a little faster than a Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh yeah, definitely. But those are the things that are keeping me awake now, and I'm loving that sense of urgency that it creates in me, and I want that same.
Well, speaking
urgency
about
for
urgency, I'm
everybody
going to
else.
cut you off right now, because I see the time is going. And we all love hearing you, but the time is going. We've already been on here for an hour and a half. I wanted to keep it a little short. We really don't. Is there any other questions, Marina? And just before we ask questions, here's what I want people to understand. You see, I didn't build co-op for a few people. I built co-op for 100% of the people, and my work was not done until 100% of the people could use it. And I wrote this down earlier. I think I wrote it down last week. So this is part of the video that I'm putting together right now. Co-op works regardless of politics, pandemics, or presidents. It works whether you're in Toronto, Tokyo, or Timbuktu. It works whether you're a man or a woman, young or old, whether you have lots of time or little time. Co-op income flat out works. So that's what I want people to take home with them, that this system works regardless of where you live, regardless of your circumstances right now. And I forgot to add one thing. If you have $0 in your pocket right now, you can still join co-op, and you can earn an income with co-op beginning with zero. The only thing that you need to have, it's two things. You need to have heart. And the second thing that you need to have is you have to have hope. Because as long as you've got hope, which is your last asset, you still got game. And co-op will deliver you to that promised land. So remember, I'm going to say it again because it's so important. You need to let this set in. Regardless of politics, pandemics, or presidents, it works whether you're in Toronto, Tokyo, or Timbuktu. It works whether you're man, woman, or child. It works whether you're young or old. It works whether you have lots of time or little time. Co-op flat out works if you do. So on that note,
now,
yes.
one more question, because
all right, go ahead.
Our new members here.
You know I'm going to have to get all wound up again, right?
Maybe. Kim asks, does Co-op 20 classify as a business or a gift? If business,
it is a business.
What's the product?
It's kind of interesting. So so we're going to reveal all that on Tuesday, right? Because we're going to reveal all that not on Tuesday, on Thursday we'll reveal everything. We'll reveal everything that you get in Co-op 20 and some of the other new things that are happening. So all that stuff will be revealed on Thursday. So make sure you're back here on Thursday. Don't come alone, bring your friends, because it is going to be another epic journey in this. It's man, oh man. It's another epic journey. It's another epic step in this 5-year journey that I had planned for you. That 5-year journey started on September 1st, 2001, with the launching of Co-op Crowd. We are only halfway through that journey. Not even halfway through that journey. And where we are right now, it blows my mind. Folks, you haven't seen it yet, but you will, right? I have. You know what? I have 100% confidence in all of you, even the naysayers, even the people that said, I don't get it. It's not going to work. It's taking too long. They're going to get it soon enough, right? It's like crowdfunding. When I created crowdfunding back in 2001, my lawyers looked at me like I had lost my mind. You know, what? You're going to do what? You want to do what? I said, yeah, I want to do this. Can it be legalized? And they wrote up they wrote up the declarations, the terms and conditions, and all that stuff for me for the world's first crowdfunding system. And they were laughing. And as they were doing this, I was telling them that in 10 to 15 years, every man, woman, and child, business, everyone is going to be using crowdfunding to raise money for everything. And folks, as you know, right now, crowdfunding is used to raise money for everything, from things as small as a case of beer to a person running for president like Barack Obama did in 2006, to all politicians today, to the country of India using crowdfunding to fund their natural disaster instead of raising taxes. Today, crowdfunding is used by everyone, everywhere, to raise money for everything. Now, I'm going to drop the bomb. What we are embarking on today, right now, what you're looking at, this webinar that you are on right now, it is bigger than crowdfunding. You don't know it yet, but you will. What we're doing right now is bigger than crowdfunding and will impact a greater number of people. And right now, today, there are hundreds of millions of people using crowdfunding. And what we're doing is bigger. Folks, you're in for a ride of your life. Oh boy. I'm happy. So is there any other questions, Marina, or should we just should we tell everybody to just get busy with it and see you on Thursday?
Yeah, absolutely. But the
one more
presentation that you did
question.
for the government, sorry, Nina. There's a few people asking for that presentation.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Oh. Okay, sorry.
Nice try. What were you going to say, Nina? I see you laughing at that, Arne. You get it, right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, my question is a lot of people have been asking regarding the marketing materials and the videos, and I've been hounding you for that too. Do you have a tentative date?
Well,
and could you
here's the thing is that on Thursday we'll have things smoothed out a lot more, and the processes and all that stuff smoothed out a lot more. So the marketing materials will quickly follow after Thursday. So obviously we want to get them up as fast as possible, which brings me to something else, right? And folks, what I'm about to say next should help you to understand the type of people that you're doing business with and who I am as a business person. You see, most companies, they put together their marketing materials first because they want your money. And they need your money so that they can build their business. And after they've taken your money and lied to you about having a business, which they don't, then they fail at actually putting the business together. So you've got marketing materials, but you didn't get paid. For me, the most important thing is to pay you. So I make sure that you can get paid first. I make sure that the business works first. And then I put together the marketing materials. So that's why we don't have the marketing materials yet. It's because we care more about you getting paid than me getting paid. So
will the email go out next week? I mean, sorry, for Thursday's meeting, because it didn't go out today.
it didn't go out today, I know. And yes, it will.
Thank you.
All right.
David,
So,
David,
yep.
David, I think you deserve more than that. Actually, you're sitting there and telling people here what you have done, and nobody's backing up that. I will back that up. To all of you who sit here now, I read energies. I feel energies. There is no distance. I can talk to a person on the moon and I know what that person means. David, you have created something great here. Everybody knows that. But many wonder, who are you? And can this be true or not? I tell you all, this man has a heart of gold. That's for sure. And because I know this, because I am still here. I've been in many businesses. I have been around thinking that the grass is greener on the other side and try other things, jump off this, because even if I made some success actually, but I think I could make better success other places. I have done my mistakes. I'm done with that. I have been searching 23 years for one thing. And this man, sitting here in the red shirt, created that when it clicked for me in November 22. Because the first was the business that clicked. Something from above told me, you have reached the final line. And then I met this crazy man, actually. This super enthusiastic man who are just like me, can probably be too much for many, but people, he deserved to be super enthusiastic because he has created something for you all here that you can take it or you can leave it. It's all up to you. This man gives you not only his invention, he's actually giving you his heart, because every big invention that has come to this world to stay here is not a man-made invention. It is a download from the universe. And that, Albert Einstein, what he did, it was all download from the universe. All the big things, the flight, the plane, the phone, everything. David's thing here is a download from the universe, and he is the medium to put it out to people. So whatever you all think God is, I think it is a force that we are all God. We are all a part of God. Everything is God, right? This force wants the world to evolve with this tool that this man has created. And there is absolutely nothing in David that is out there to use anyone for his own good. I can promise you that from my heart, because my heart appeals to another heart. I feel when somebody is not doing something good, and I'm never wrong. That is my intuition. I follow my intuition. So people, you have to build your foundation with this tool you have got here. And what do you do when you go to work? You don't go to work, sit down and do nothing and earn your money. You do what you have to do. What do you do when you're hungry? You go and make yourself food. You have to do something always. So the better you do it, the better the foundation is. Keep it simple, because David has made it simple. It's not meant to be complicated, but yes, his head is complicated, and it's not meant for you to be in there. It's his head, it's his mind, and he's brilliant in using it in especially one way to make this complicated thing that none of us can understand simple, so we can understand it. So whatever you who sit here now and listen to this are thinking, listen to your heart, look in his eyes. It's honesty in there. That's all I have to say.
Wow.
You need
Well, thank you very much for that. Yeah. Yeah. Those are really, they were kind words. They were well thought out words. They were well spoken, and you know,
words.
it came from a true place. It came from your heart. And one of the things that I've noticed in the 22 years that I've been doing this is that because the businesses that I've created have pure intentions, the good people all come to it. And the people that come to these businesses, because you've seen it, I think we've all seen it. The people that come to these businesses with bad intentions, for some reason, the universe lets them go. Because we've seen many of them go. And everyone who has gone, there's a reason why they left. So, Arne, thank you very much for that. Miss Nina, thank you. Miss Marina, thank you. Greg, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, you're on a journey that is unlike any other journey you've ever undertaken before. Go forth with confidence. Go forth with the understanding that this business will outlast all of us. Go forth with the understanding that it is creating intergenerational wealth for all of us. And that wealth, when I say intergenerational wealth, it means that you're going to earn enough while you are alive to actually distribute it to others without having it to take anything away from you. That's intergenerational wealth. This is something that people have only dreamed of. So go forth and just do the minimum amount. Do the minimum amount for you, for your future. Do the minimum amount and watch what happens. This is David T. Rosen. For everybody else, let's get busy with it. See you on Thursday. Don't come alone. Bye-bye, folks.
Thank you. Excellent.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.